So once you've downloaded Jing, you should see the Jing icon, or they call it the Jing sun, somewhere at the top of your desktop. And when you hover over it, it'll expand. So this is the settings if you want to use a microphone. This is the history, shows you which images you've taken clips of, and that's the activating button. So I want to grab a picture of this ship. It's on the island of Guam. I don't want the whole image. I kind of want the water part of the island and the ship. So I'm going to hover over here. I'm going to click the capture button with my left mouse, and I'm going to hold the mouse button down and drag the image frame that I want to capture. So everything that's grayed out I won't capture, and the color image I will. So I let go, and then I'm going to choose the capture. I'm going to add a little bit of a text here. I can make the font a little bigger. Okay, and I can move this around. I don't want to hide the cloud. I like that cloud. I'm going to put it down there. Okay, so when I'm done, I can save this to a file or a folder and name it. I could call it Guam and it be saved as a PNG, or I can simply copy it, move over to my Word document, click here. I'm using Word, of course, and right click, and I can choose paste, and the document will go in. I see I've pasted a sailor earlier, but this document is not wrapped. It's not set to wrap around the text. So I'm going to double click the image, and I should get something called text wrap, and if I click that, I'm going to choose tight, and this allows me to move the text wherever I want to move it. It's still bigger than I want, so I'm going to go up to the shape height, change that to 2 inches, and the shape width will automatically change and keep the image ratio, and it went up in the front of your personal direction, so I'm just going to move it down here where I want it to go, and you can see that it text wraps around it nicely. One thing that students sometimes do when they try to fit an image is shrink it down, and so they change the image by distorting it, and it looks it doesn't look like college work. It looks like what my 3rd grade grandson does. So you want to make sure that you're changing, double clicking your images, and you're changing the picture ratio. I could change that to 2 inches, and that'll keep that nice. And maybe I want to keep that one at 2 inches as well. Maybe. Okay. The other thing you need to do is you need to get at least the URL. I won't ask you to do a formal reference, but when you click on the image, you can copy the image location. And so I clicked with my right mouse button, and I clicked with my left mouse button to copy the image location. And then down at the bottom of my document, I can just put ship image and Control V for paste, and paste that image in my references, and you can see I already had that down once. Okay, now to make this a clickable image, if you're interested, I can highlight this and right click it and choose hyperlink and choose OK, and so now that makes that a hyperlink. So I want your images to be wrapped around text. I don't want big spaces of white around an image. It really is a waste of paper, and it looks very unprofessional, and I don't want your images to be distorted. Now you can capture this whole image if you want to do that. It limits your ability to add text to it if you need. Okay, So that is all about using Jing to capture an image and wrapping and setting the size proportions.